Hello, everyone. Can anyone hear me? Let me know if you guys can hear me. All right, thanks, Don. Weird. I was looking at OBS and it says my mic's not working. I don't see anything happening, but apparently it's working fine through StreamYards. So let's see. Who we got here tonight? We got Helen, we got Dawn, Tim, and Trent. Everyone's saying hi and thanks for letting me know you can hear me. You heard me, old man. You know what. So that's all I have to say to that. Well, was doing some work on the nacelles this past weekend and keep running into flipping issues with the paint. Don't know what's going on. I've not had this issue with this brand of paint before. It is scale, well, it's under new ownership, but it's still Scale Colors, which I use on my Arizona. I've used on a couple other things. Didn't have any problems. Don't know what's going on. I use Stynylrez for the primer. That stuff seems to work pretty good for me with no issues. For some reason, sometimes this paint just wants to peel up. Surface is really clean because I go over it with strong IPA. Clean it before I prime it. I do wipe it down before I put each coat on just in case I got oil for my fingers on it. Don't know. Like I said, it's really strange. The masks for the areas that peeled up, the masks were only on maybe a day or two. And the red peeled off within, and then I let it set for almost 48 hours. The funny thing is I had the supplied mask design mask over this area for over 6 weeks. And it worked perfect. So I don't know what the heck's going on at the moment. Trying to figure that out. Ken from Ken's Hobby Bench recommended I try using a adhesion promoter. So that I did order some of that from Amazon and it's on its way, but not sure when it'll be here. But I'm going to give that a try. Haven't had a problem with the Tamiya tape lifting anything. So I am in the process of masking off again so I can repaint areas where stuff is peeled up and whatnot. So other areas that don't need it or a different color don't get changed. So that is what I plan on doing tonight. And I've got the issue on both nacelles. So I had worked on the port side nacelle here a lot on Sunday. That's why there's during the HTM group live stream. And that's why this one's further along than the starboard side. Plan on getting this one fixed up, ready to go. Hope that I will get all the masking done tonight. It is a very tedious and long process. Takes time when you're doing it by hand. One thing I will do using the mask designs from now on, I will be sure to detack it quite a bit. I don't know if maybe that is part of the problem where I'm not detacking the supplied masks that I bought. And it's part of the problem as well. But I will attempt to do that and see how things work. I would hate to get into the big issue is these masks go down and they stay on till all the colors are done, and then you peel them back up. So let's see what we got in the chat here. No, Tim, I have not tried to reach out to Brandon. Brandon is, I believe, I think he's the owner of Squadron Hobbies. So pretty good guy. I have talked to Jeff Hearn many a times, who was the original owner of Just Scale Colors. Had talked to him many a times prior until he became partners with Squadron Hobbies, and now the paint line is called Squadron Scale Hobbies. So, but I may reach out to Brandon and ask his opinion as well. See, Alec is here. Jody's here. How we doing, guys? Thanks for joining. No, Alec, it's still Tuesday. Be patient. You need to wait. So with that, what I've been using, I have these Infinity cutting templates. Lay out your masking tape on it. These are very handy. This one, I'm trying to think, I'd have to get the directions out. Yeah, it's from 1 mil down to 0.4 mil width on the strips. So you can go very darn small with this stuff. I've never gone less than the 1 mil. I also have one that I can do ovals, different shapes, diamonds, triangles, very small squares, slightly larger scales, arches. Haven't used this one as much as I do use pretty much the grid one, but very handy. Use this quite a bit when I'm masking off stuff on battleships and stuff for painting. I use it a lot on the my Iowa that's been sitting in dry dock with no progress for quite a few months because I've been working on other projects, and this one, the Kronos One here from Polar Lights, I'm trying to get done, work on, and have it done for Wonderfest next year so I can submit it. That's why I'm being so picky on it as well. So, with that said, I am going to continue masking, and we will see what's going on. Hopefully make some progress. And it looks like Jody is licking the like button. So you do what you do there, my Canadian friend. But thank you for doing that. So is anyone else working on anything while they're watching the stream, just listening, or just chilling out and watching? Let me know what you guys are up to. I'd like to hear from everyone. I will have an announcement here later on about the channel. But I will wait till some more people get in here. So almost everyone knows when I announce it. But that will be coming along shortly. Jody says he's working on his TOS Galaxy class mod. Very nice, Jody. Very nice. I enjoy seeing the stuff you do, Jody. It is amazing. That needs to be smaller. Yep, I'm going to have to put some more tape down and get those cut a little smaller. One mil is just a little too wide to fit through those channels. Actually, let me do this. See if I can get an arch cut. I do know these arches can be a pain in the butt. Trying to cut along the line there and curve the blade. Just got to take your time. Yep. Slipped out there on that one, but let's see what I can come up with. With this, it pays to have a very sharp, brand new blade in your knife. You don't want to put a lot of pressure on it, but the black lines are your guide, and you just want to make sure you start off. See, I missed the beginning of that one. Make sure you start it off the tape, draw it into it, and just be very gentle with the pressure. And I missed. There we go. I know I'm frustrated. I was hoping to have these nacelles done last week, but with these setbacks with the paint, I gotta do what's necessary to make sure everything is right, which this paint peeling, they definitely are not right. Come on, get off. Now, granted, I know there's always touch-ups that have to be done because you accidentally slip with the tweezers, peeling off a mask and put a scrape mark in the paint. But that's a minor repair compared to what's happened here. The paint peeling is just not very good. Come on, get off of there. One thing when you're doing the masking, you want to make sure each piece overlaps enough so you don't have any gaps. paint can leak through. That would be bad. And no, that one didn't cut through. So let's see. Should be able to, because it's not the outer edge that I'm concerned about. I should be able to get away with it. I will say, since I've these tweezers I have here, I do like them very much. Very, very fine tip. Make it easy to grab stuff with. Very sharp though. I have poked myself in the hand a couple times. Not fun. Actually drew a little blood with it. Again, not fun. So, all right. Let me get some tape on over here. I think if I go down to the 0.9, we should be good. Let's see, let me catch up on chat here. Alex says he's applying for new jobs. Might work on a Minecraft build. Maybe finally start building my Apache base too. And Trent saying hey to Jody and Alec. Well, if you're here, Tim, I'd smack you upside the head, then you will feel something. Or it might toss something at you. If you don't have good eyesight, these lines will drive you nuts. Even with good eyesight, I think the lines on this cutting template will drive you nuts. And it should have gone a little longer. Oh well. It's amazing how much tape you go through. Oh, definitely Sunday. I'll get you. Be good to see you though, Tim. Looking forward to it. Get to see rest of the family and the new great niece again. Thought it felt a little weird. Didn't realize those scissors were there. Again, with these cutting templates, you want a very sharp blade. The channels are not very thick. I recommend a blade number 2, number 11. I do not recommend the round ones. They seem to pop out of the cutting guides easier. They're just not thin enough to stay in some of the channel, especially when they get very thin. So I do recommend a number 11 blade. I like a number 2. The number 11s don't fit in this the hobby knife here. This came with one of the wooden kits I bought. that will be done probably not till 2 or 3 years from now. That's more of a retirement project for me, because it's estimated to only be about a 1,500-hour build. And for the speed I build at, that means it's probably about 3,000 hours. I am definitely not a fast builder. I am overly cautious and methodical. So this is where my eyes get buggy trying to figure out the number, because I typically cut mine about two lines per strip, 2-line width. But it gets a little iffy. No, that's still too wide. Well, we're going to cut it down to 1. I'll put 2 on there, but they'll be overlapped. Come on. So I will just overlap them this way. So I hope everyone's having a good week so far. Mine's been busy, but it's hard to believe it's already Tuesday. Time has moved a little fast. We call it Goof Off Week at work because it's Employee Appreciation Week and I got stuff going on every day this week. Like today, I didn't partake. They had a golf simulator. I had to sign up for it. Yesterday, you could go play with the therapy dogs. They brought therapy dogs in. We're team I'm with. We're all taking off at 3 o'clock tomorrow, which really doesn't benefit me because I work 6 to 3. Everyone else will get off early. I could go in later, yes, but I don't. I like to get in there before other people do, and I get a bunch of stuff done before all the disruptions occur. Yep, cut it twice and it's still too short. So measure 5 times and cut it 3. Third time's the charm. Then We also get off early on Thursday, which again, 3 o'clock, doesn't benefit me at all. There we go. We're all going to a new place that just opened up called Smash Park. Apparently it's a pickleball, axe throwing, some other stuff, activities that go on there. So, don't know why. Boss doesn't want to be near us if we do axe throwing. Guess he didn't like the idea of me asking if he'd put an apple on his head. But no, all kidding aside, my boss is great. He's not just a boss; he's a friend. He's very good. I like him a lot. We just been working for him for let's see, about 15 years. Times move so fast, it's hard to believe it's been that long. So, our team is probably the longest tenured team in the whole company. Just between my coworker, my boss, and I, we've got 75 years of experience. I've been with my coworker who's been with the company 28 years. I've been with it for 27. And my boss he'll be hit the 21-year mark soon. So, long time for 3 people. And we've all been doing the same stuff well, I've been in other departments. I was in 2 other departments prior to joining this group. Best group I've worked with. Well, Tim, he's probably amazed about that as well. I'm amazed at it too. So, everyone out there, make sure you hit like and subscribe if you're not subscribed. Okay. I think I may go back through this one. Do this one different. That one's a little messy. Don't like how it was hanging out over the edges. So I will come back through. And redo this one. Put you down. I'll put you down. masking. Ow. No, Howard. My boss is actually a year older than I am. He's been doing this a lot. The work we've done, group I'm with, he's been doing that for over 30 years, 35 years. So he was a independent contractor working on this stuff at various institutions, and he got offered a job to stay here. So he doesn't have less years than I do, that's for sure. Like I said, he's been with the he's done a lot of stuff with the vendor package that we utilize at work. So definitely not an issue. Man is very smart. You think Todd and Ian are nerds? My boss would shame them. He is a super nerd, but a good guy. Yeah, they probably had the therapy dogs in to deal with just the three of us, the people we deal with. And who can be an ass kisser, Helen? No, 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 no. He doesn't do that. He plays the game to an extent. But he is not, definitely not an ass kisser. He knows I am not. I get accused of being too straightforward. Well, you know what? Sometimes that's what people need to hear. The truth. Not this sugar-coated crap. Oh. No, he does not wear a pocket protector. He is just a big time geek. He gets into almost all the new technology. Let's see, I need to be able to see this a little bit so it won't matter if I take some paint off. Since I'm painting it anyway. Just giving a light coat, push, or light push. Light touch, I should say. I'm not pushing at all. I'm just resting the... sanding stick. Help me see that edge just a little bit better. You don't like tedious processes. Masking like this is not for you. Yes, it takes a long time, but it also is, to me, kind of therapeutic. Don't really have to think a whole lot. You just gotta be pretty darn precise where you're placing stuff. And make sure you're on the lines. So we'll take a small cover that corner. That way it's rounded off. He may have at one time, Howard. And yes, he can be a kicker at times. But like I said, he's great. He doesn't care what we do as long as we're getting our work done. If we got to take off early, we take off early. Again, as he says, I don't care as long as you get your work done. But the funny thing is, I get more work done in the 2 hours I'm in the office by myself than I do when anyone else is there because no interruptions. That's true. You can't handle the truth. Where the hell was I? I was over here. Can't believe someone said that they've had snow in Wyoming already. Too early for that white crap down here, so they need to keep it over there. Small. Got a small arch piece. Don't need a very big piece. One thing. Where the heck was I? said, these templates make it nice. You can just cut just about any piece that you want. Just about any shape. Get on there. That'll fill that corner in nicely, and then I can just put a straight piece right there and cover that all up. While I'm thinking of it. Hey, Stephen Haynes, thanks for joining. Good to see you. How's everything over in the UK, my friend? Actually, I'm going to do it this way. Let me use Tamiya tape so it's not too concerned here. That's going to be attached to the wing, so you will never see that anyway, so I don't care what happens there. Used the cheaper tape for the bigger sections. Howard says they just posted a label for his Kronos One from Greenstrawberry. So you'll have more stuff lying around. Like I've been doing since I came home. Driving and sitting in a car makes me tired. Well, Howard, you are a very busy man. You have a job that is taxing. I respect you immensely, my friend. Farming is not easy. Oop, too far. Didn't need to go that far. Just in case. There. Too much too much sitting around not doing anything would drive you nuts, Howard. I'm glad to hear it's not too bad for you, Stephen. Don't want to make sure nothing gets in these cell grills. That would be bad. Too much detail work in there. And with the photo etch exposed, would not make a pretty sight. But I know the Tamiya tape's not super tacky. So I will use that to cover this section up. Smaller piece there. It's one thing about this hobby. If you do a lot of detail painting and a lot of masking, you spend a lot of money on masking tape. Never seems to. That section does not like to stick. I'll have to make sure. Even burnishing it with a toothpick, this section here keeps wanting to pop up. There's some detail down in there that the tape doesn't want to set in very well. Yep, I remember you doing that work, Tim. Tim says he was an over-the-road truck driver and was driving through the blizzard that struck the Midwest, and he believes 2013. Definitely would not be fun driving in a blizzard in a big rig. Definitely not. How do I want to do this? Let's see if I take you. Let's see what we got going on. Well, one of you little guys fit in there appropriately. Can I position it correctly? No. So, what I will do is cut this guy down and in half. Ah, you pain in the butt. Do I do the Ian trick? What is the Ian trick, Howard? I'm not quite sure if I know what it is or not. Let's see. Come on. Shouldn't take much pressure. That is a new blade in there. So what I will do here, no, Howard says he's always talking about spraying clear coat over the tape to keep it from bleeding under the mask. Uh, Depends. Sometimes I don't. Actually, a lot of the time I don't. Because if you end up spraying, making sure you spray straight down on it, not at an angle where the airbrush is forcing air under, you should be okay. Not always true, but 99.9% of the time, if you spray directly above it, at a 90-degree angle down onto it, you should be just fine. Come on, get. You don't want to play nice, do you? Hey, it went better than I expected there. Let's see. Helen says, no, he's not annoying us. And Howard says, no, that's the other thing he does. Yes, he does, but he means well. He's an all right guy. So, and Howard says, the joy I have to look forward to if I ever get to this model. Well, I think if I wouldn't have had these issues and I have the mask kit, the issue was I can't reuse them because the paint stuck to them. So this is forcing me to do this by hand with Ken's recommendation of trying using an adhesion promoter. He says he uses the brand Duplicolor, which is available here in the U.S. as well. I don't know what they have, if they have something similar in the UK, a different brand or whatnot, but I'm sure they have adhesion promoters over in the UK as well. So I'll give that a shot with it, and I will make sure. I think part of the problem was I didn't get enough of the tackiness off prior to applying it to the model. So the masks, some of them may have been sections that were just too tacky. So it could have been a combination of both the adhesion and where the primer didn't adhere properly. I may also go over with a rougher prior to priming, because these were fairly smooth. I mean, they were super smooth from all the sanding and filling I had to do. So it could be that the plastic was just too smooth and didn't provide a good surface adhesion. especially since I'm using lacquer, or not lacquer, but acrylic primer as well. So there could be a multitude of reasons that are going on. I'll try some different other things and hopefully they get better. Hey, and Buck's here. Oh, and Buck's here. How we doing, Buck? Good to see you. Glad you could stop by before you Buck wants to know why the like button's wet. Well, Jody was licking it, so that's probably why. Let's see. Howard says, so you say you don't have oily fingers like me? Because I seem to get the tacky all over me. I do have very oily fingers. My nose and my forehead are extremely oily all the time. So it doesn't matter. So, like I said, I'm going to play with some things, try different things, see what happens. Hope to improve my experience. I do like the masks from Mask Design. Just got to do some things. Make sure I'm doing the proper things. Like I said, it could be mistakes on my part. And all, who knows, a multitude of things. Stephen Haynes says he uses the back of his hand to detack his tape. That's a good idea. I usually just put my fingers on it. I guess I'll have to see with the masks, because I'm afraid some of them I don't want to get them stretched, so got to be careful. Jody says he wiped it off, Buck. I don't know. Someone else must have come in and did it. And Buck says, ooh, that's gross, Jody. No, I have not seen Donnie yet, Buck. And, oh, he would definitely be proud of you to see you soldering. What size SMDs did you do? Oh. Howard says Jody was licking it, and Howard himself teabagged it. Well, I'm gonna have to call Hazmat in and have that thing deep cleaned. Tim says I've done a light coat to clear over the paint prior to masking, and I haven't run into any problems. Well, part of the problem, Tim, is it's also gotten all the way down to the plastic. It's I think it's a multitude of things going on. That's not bad. Not bad. Buck 0805s, that's the smallest I've done so far. The 0402s are absolutely tiny. And that's why I got a set of needle nose curved, if they'll come out, electronic tweezers. Come on. These are super fine tip. Got the reverse tweezers that way. I was having an issue trying to hold the 0805s in the Omni Fixo. They kept wanting to pop out. So I bought a set of these, I don't know, 2-watt, I don't know how you pronounce it. Got them off of Amazon. They're for electronics. But they held the 805s just nice, and I think they're perfect for, they'll work great for the 0402s. I'm going to have to put my other eyeballs on. Alright, if I use TG, Buck says he removed the like button from his stream. He doesn't want you guys licking it or teabagging it. Don't blame me there, Buck. And Jody says, that's what that was? Howard says if he used the back of his hand to detack the tape, the model would be hairy. I don't have that much of a problem. So it shouldn't be bad there. Buck says the Omni Fixo is great to hold the SMDs. Yes, it is. Like I said, I had trouble with the 0805s. It held them, but had to get them in there just right before they popped out. Nice. Link in Discord when you're done tonight, please. Oh, for the tweezers? Yeah, I'll get those, and I'll put them in tool time. I think, what is it, tool time or something? That's okay, Buck. I use the thumbs down on your stuff. I don't blame you, Howard. I would too, but so probably here in the next half hour I'll make the announcement. Let's see if we get some more people about the channel. This side I don't care because this detail here stays the light gray. So I don't care that they get covered up. Go over here. Come on. I'll get smaller pieces to fill in here when I get to that point. As you can see there, I don't know. Hard to tell. Right along the upper edge, you can tell I didn't have the mask design mask absolutely on there perfect because some of the brown showed up there. Hey, that's not a bad idea, Howard. He says use the Omni Fixo to hold the tweezers. That would work as well. Well, it's something Todd and I have been discussing for over the weekend and last night. So, and no, you did not miss a staff meeting. But HR would like to see you in their office. So probably what I'll do Let's see. Come on, get on there. Come in this way. Has anyone ever used that the flexible Tamiya tape? The one that you're supposed to be able to go around curves with? Kind of like the pinstriping tape. I've never used it. Just curious if anyone has. I don't know if Jar Jar complained or not, Howard. Or I mean Buck. Don't know. I just know there was a memo in the admin channel. Buck, you need to come to the HR office. Let's see. Howard says, hey, everyone has to have a hater that brings more followers around. It's reverse psychology. You ever tried that? Just use it on a test subject. We get Ian and Alien Boy to do things all the time. Yeah, we do, especially with Ian. And yes, Tim says, don't you mean the shafting meeting? That could be, with this group, that's a very good possibility. It is a shafting. Come on, down, down. Need to move down just a little bit. I think should be good. Yep. So Todd has, I think Donnie has also. You talking about getting Ian to do stuff? Is that what you're talking about, Howard? Todd has, and I think Donnie has also. I know a lot of people are wondering why I do it in such small pieces. It's just the way I prefer to mask. It's easier to run lines for me. Sometimes, depending what it is, I will run do a long strip run. But when you get into intricate details like this, it's easier to have the small pieces, or you can fit them into the area better, in my opinion. Again, that's just my preferred method of doing this. Yes, it takes a long time. But again, that's what I like, how I like to do it. Let's see. These. Cut this bad boy in half. Howard says, HR sent an email 2 weeks ago. We just found it in the trash bin with all the unfinished models. It states you haven't paid your dues. You're fired. That true. I'll have to talk to Todd and Donnie and see if they have and see what their thoughts on it are. Yes, I have to deal with small-minded people like you, Tim. So yes, dealing with small things. And for those of you that don't know, Tim is my brother, so we constantly get on each other. He's my older brother. And then there's just a little gap right there. So we'll take that other half that I cut, piece that I cut in half, and stick it there. So that's looking pretty good. Buck says, you can't fire me. I retired. Jody says, oh, backfired. Howard says, retired is fired. You just get a consolation prize. True. But wait, he admits to being your brother in public? Sometimes I have to. I'm sorry, but, you know. Howard, yes, he does model. No, he lives in Pennsylvania, Howard. He has essentially a three bedroom house, and one bedroom is filled with a train set, that train display that he put up. So, and he does. Oh, he's built airplanes, ships, the Leopold, railgun, the Dora as well, I believe. So he's built a lot. He's done a lot of building of models since he's retired too. So I never said he couldn't. Oh, wrong one. What, you won't let him join HTM? Oh, I can be mean, yeah, but I never stopped him from joining. If he wants to join, the link's in the description below. He just has to post something in the new member chat and say who he is, and maybe Buck will let him in. Nah, if you knew him, you'd be saying poor Keith, not poor Timmy. And Buck says Tim is retired. My brother. Yeah, Tim's been retired. What 3 years now? Going on 3 years. Going on four. So let's see. Still at 10 people. What time we got? About another 10 minutes. Then. Yeah, our family, you grew a thick skin real quick in our family. If you didn't, you don't survive. We constantly give each other a hard time. Nieces, nephews, grandkids, brothers. Yeah, this method of masking I picked up from watching another guy, a YouTuber. I'm gonna have to look his name up. He hasn't posted. Excuse me, I haven't seen him post anything in a long time. He does amazing flipping work, and he's builds like 1/700 scale ships with full photo etch. He's ridiculous. Let me see if I can find him. Oh, Ebrion. Is that it? Yeah. You guys should check this guy out. He does some amazing flipping work. Yeah, he hasn't posted anything in 2 months, but he he is amazing. Let's see what links Instagram copy link paste. There's the link to his YouTube. Oop. Yep. Let's see. Catch up on chat here. Howard says, damn it, Tim. Join and show off your modeling so we can see who's better. Howard, we've been watching leaf cutter ants tonight. See how they move the delicate pieces from the large part to the hive. I think Buck says, I think we scared them away. Let's see, Tim, I'm currently working on the 1/200 scale Iowa with the 1/350 Gerald Ford, 1/200 Missouri, and several other models. And it's going on 5 years. He's been retired. Howard says, I gave my brothers and sisters a hard time. They decided to not even be born. Well, they took the easy way out. Let's see. Hello, Tim, you need to click the Discord link in the description and post that in the channel you land in when you join. Yes, I did, Ken. It's on its way. It's actually sitting in town south of us, about 45 minutes south of me. So hopefully it'll be here this week. It says it's on hold. Don't know why, but so you're doing the same models as Keith. Well, the Iowa, yes. And yes, he is doing the photo etch as well. So he is insane. And Buck says maybe he is Keith in disguise. No, nope, we don't even look anything alike. And Howard says, don't go to PA. They do a lot of boats, it seems. Yeah, Pennsylvania. That's absolutely right, Pennsylvania. Wouldn't trade it for anything being born and raised there. Well, I'll have one almost done. Yay. This one, I think, after I get this done, we're going to call it a short one tonight. Yep, got a little bit to do there yet. So I will do that, and then we'll call it quits. Come on, let go. Cut you. And about there. This is going to be a ton of little pieces in here. Since it's a very strange shape. May have to do. Come on. Some of the people I work, some of my co-workers think I'm nuts for doing stuff like this. But to me, I find it relaxing and enjoyable. Plus, I get to hang out with some good people, talk to them, joke around with them, just in general, have a good time. It's always fun. Okay. I'm definitely going to have to cut some triangle pieces out. So the other board will be coming into play. Cut this. Come on. There we go. Definitely have to cut this one in half. Or close to it. And yep, I'll have to cut a couple little diamonds. Take a piece from over here. And we'll move it over here. Let's see if this fits. I don't have to do something else. What do you know? It works. Not bad. Not bad for cheap government work. Didn't cut through. There we go. Get the right side. That should be good. Let's see, what do we got in comments? A good bit. Howard is asking, Tim, is the Gerald Ford that new one? Yeah, I'll let you believe that, Tim. I don't want to abuse the elderly. Let's see. So how did I get my Jack Sparrow Lego set before Keith, who's in Ohio? You got yours today, Howard? Mine's due to be here tomorrow. And Buck says, that's not hard, Tim. Howard says, I can't tell. All I see is Keith's head and mistook him for Don on the Wonderfest stream. No, you said I looked like Ian. Stabbed me right in the gut with that one. And I thought we were friends, Howard, when you said that. He's got it all wrapped up. I think it's the mummy one. Yes, it's all wrapped up, ready to be repainted. Tim says, yes, the Gerald Ford is the one that was released at the beginning of the year. The other two models I started are in the wings. Howard says, cool, I bought that one. I always liked aircraft carriers. Give me a second here. I need to put my regular eyeballs on. Having a hard time seeing chat. Let's see. Howard says, LOL, hey, when you watch a woman talk about buying a Lego set off Marketplace from a 12-year-old and the kid said he's selling it to move on to more adult things and she's 21, kind of makes us strange adults. Hurry up. Howard says, hurry up. Buck's starting in 30 minutes. Yeah, we're getting ready to wrap up here. Tim says, I do it to keep my mind sharp and off things that have happened in the past months. Understood. And hey, Donnie, good to see you. You're just in time, getting ready to make an announcement about my channel. So, glad you're here. Must have been working late or got stuck outside doing yard work, one of the two. And no, I'm not masking fleas. But, so, this is what I got done tonight. I finished hand masking this one. I'll have to go back through and burnish down some of the edges before I paint, just to make sure. Then I'll come back in. The paint colors I need to do are far enough apart so I don't have to worry about these being exposed. Just make sure I don't spray any red towards that and don't spray any brown towards these. Should be good to go. So I'll start with that Friday night. And I'll spend the rest of the stream Friday night working on this one, and probably I got to do some sanding as well. Make sure these transitions are smooth, not a big dip there. So yes, I'll be doing that Friday on the HTM group stream, live stream. So Tim says, just poke yourself in the eye and do it by starlight. And yes, Howard, I still have the other one to mask. Helen says, hit the like button, guys. No, I actually didn't burnish the mask design masks down very much. It's just they like I said, they're tacky. I did give them some press down just to make sure the edges were sealed, not very hard. But some of these, I don't know. It was right in the middle where all of a sudden a piece would just start peeling up. Don't know. But, so with that said, I'm going to call this one done and ready to paint. I'll paint that black before I do anything else. I'll just run a piece of tape over that, let that dry, then I'll mask over the black section. I forgot about that having to be painted. So it'll be a little bit of masking left to do on that, but fairly simple. So with discussions, and I've had some talks with Todd a little bit here and there, and a little bit more recent, over the weekend, got a little bit more serious, and it's all with the two Lego kits that just came out this past week. I've got both of them, and trying to build my channel, see if I can get more subscribers. The channel name is going to be changing. Logo, slight change to it, but it's going to be pretty much the same. The channel is going to go from Casey's Model Mayhem to Bricks and Sprues. So it's going to be a combination of Lego build and regular wood models, plastic models. So name is gonna be, I'm putting it in chat here. So this way it's going to be a little bit easier to find and a little bit more memorable, easy, rolls off the tongue easier. Yes, Casey, unfortunately, Casey's Model Mayhem is not going to be. So that's what we're working on right now. So with the detail that's going into this, it makes it difficult to do it during a live stream. You'd see it took me 2 hours just to do almost maybe a little over a quarter of this. So it kind of tedious, and from possibly next Tuesday, within the next week or so, hopefully start next Tuesday. It'll be Bricks and Sprues logo, like I said, essentially the same thing. It's going to be changed up just a little bit. Same color scheme. The KC is going to stay in the middle. All that good stuff. And but I'm going to start working on the Lego Captain Jack Sparrow pirate ship within the next week or two. As soon as we can get things together, Todd's sent an idea on an update to the logo, and I sent some feedback back to him. I've asked him if he would create a intro for me for the Captain Jack Sparrow build. So I will be starting that, and then following that one, I have the Willy Wonka Lego set to do. And we'll be moving on to that for following the Jack Sparrow. Eventually, light kits aren't out for that yet. I'm waiting on Light My Bricks to release their stuff. They do have both coming soon, but as to when they'll be available, I don't know yet. They're just listed in the coming soon. They should be out hopefully within a month or two. But that'll be, I'll build the kit, the ship, and with the Light My Bricks, you're able to do it put the lights in after it's built. Some of it will have to be torn apart, but that'll be another live stream on how to do it. So I just wanted to let everyone know. So hoping next Tuesday will be the first time. If I can get the stuff, if Todd's able to find a time, I know he's busy with getting a new house built and everything. So I'm not pressuring him. It's when he can get to it. He is gracious in doing these things for us, and he is very much appreciated and all that. So that's where we are. So maybe the Kronos One will continue to be built on Fridays and Sundays. So progress will be shown there. And also I may start doing some videos for the Kronos One build. I'll do the recording during the Friday and Sunday streams for the HTM group, and then maybe post some individual videos on my channel once they get done. So that's the news. I wanted to give everyone a heads up that the name change is coming. I will put more out there, let everyone know in Discord, on the HTM Facebook page and everything when it happens. So you may see something come up, hey, Bricks and Sprues is live streaming, and you'll be wondering who the heck's that. I don't remember subscribing to them. Well, it's Casey Model Mayhem. Old Casey Model Mayhem. Yep, so yes, I am Howard. Buying a light kit. I'm looking for the Light My Bricks. I looked into the bling brick lights. I just wasn't sure on it. I'm waiting to see what Light My Bricks comes out with. I may end up going that way. So it just depends. I'm kind of biding my time, waiting to see what the Light My Bricks comes out with. And Buck says videos do help a lot, but so Legos should help too. We're trying to make something show up because, from what Todd said, once you hit the analytics correctly, and if you have it set right, you're live streaming for Legos and people are looking for Lego stuff, you're going to show up on top. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully that'll help get my channel growing a little bit faster. So we'll see. Howard says, Todd's not building a house. He couldn't handle the wood. That is true, but he's paying to have a house built. Thank you, Trent. I'm glad everyone could show up. Let's see. Buck says, true, Howard. Todd is having someone else touch his wood. Very true. And Howard says, I'm just going with the cheaper light kits. Well, I can understand that. I looked at it. I think it looks fine. Some things I'm not sure about. Like I said, I just want to see what's out there, and I'm going to wait to see what light my bricks comes out with on theirs. So with that, I want to thank everyone for joining me tonight, spending the last hour and almost 50 minutes. Hope I entertained y'all. I enjoyed having y'all here, being able to chat and all that good stuff. So right after this, in about 12 to 13 minutes, to everyone there? Oh, don't know. Hello? Is it froze?
I can hear you.
Oh. All right. Well, apparently I'm frozen. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Go over to Buckman's Model Mania. He's building the Wyoming Territory jail wagon at 9 p.m. here. Tomorrow night is Woody Wednesday. We will see Woody Wednesday. Everyone will be building a wood model. That's what it's for. That starts at 7 p.m. Eastern. I may or may not make it tomorrow. Not sure. We have a work outing tomorrow starting at 3 p.m. Not sure how long it's going to go and if I'll get home in time. So I may or may not be on Woody Wednesday. Thursday night we have a Aligning the Stars, and Jordan starts that stream at 8 p.m. He should be working on the dockyards, I believe. So then join us Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern for the HCM group live stream. We have a good time on there. Then Saturday evening at 9 p.m. we have Canadian Starships. Andrew, he's working on a Enterprise 1600, I believe, scale, 650 scale. Enterprise D, he's actually building two of them. He's doing amazing work on them. Then join us. Jody is either going to stream at 11 p.m. after Canadian Starships or before. I think Jody's deciding on that. Not sure. So listen up. Look in Discord for Jody's announcement as to when he's going to be doing a live stream on Saturday. Then join us Sunday at 4 p.m. for the Sunday Fun Day group live stream by HTM. And then we're back on Mondays with Donnie and Model Monday, where Donnie will continue working on his Orville. And he's doing amazing work. Again, thank you everyone for joining. I had a good time with you, hanging out with you guys this evening. Until next time, everyone stay safe and have a good day. Bicycle.